like to talk about a topic that plays a silent but powerful role in our global communication. Actually, it's translation, and translation is conveying words from one language into another, and it's often described as a bridge between languages. But actually, and more importantly, part of the translation is translation isn't only between languages, it is between generations. It's a bridge between generations. And translation, when we translate any text, we transfer words from one language with its equivalent words into another. But a translator should consider societies, a nation's culture and cultural norms. And while translating, imagine watching your favorite movies, but some jokes feel confusing, some references go over your head, or uncertain gestures seem odd. You may understand the language, but something is quiet clicking. This is where culture comes into translation. So what's culture and translation, or sometimes it's called cultural translation? Actually, both culture and translation are deeply interconnected. And while translating any kind of material or text, we have to consider the nations, the societies, cultural meanings, social nuances, and worldviews. So in my presentation, I will cover what culture is and how it affects language, the role of culture in translation, types of cultural challenges, difficulties in translation, strategies for translating, especially for cultural specific elements, and examples from literature, media, which has been part and parcel of our life and everyday communication. And the last one, the importance of cultural competence in modern translation. Culture can be defined as a shared systems of beliefs, behaviors, traditions, and artifacts that a group of people learn and transmit across generations. Language is one of the most important cultural expressions, so it reflects how people think and how they perceive the world. Really, they have some languages in the world. They have different cultural elements, and politeness, formality, gender roles always affect translation. And the second is the role of culture in translation. Actually, translation is a cultural product, and translating a text always implies translating a nation. When translating a text, a translator must consider and understand the social norms of a nation. And I can say one example about it. When you ask, "How are you?" in the United States, and it's a kind of greeting, and they only brief answer. They give only brief answer to you. But in some nations, when you asking about health and health matters, it's more literal and personal. And the types of cultural challenges in translation. If you translate any text, it can grammatically be correct, but culturally it's inappropriate and misleading. I can say one example about it, and about cultural challenges, we have to consider idioms and proverbs, which are so challenging, and even I can call it a threatening point of language. To burn the midnight oil is the definition of the idiom is to work late into the night. For example, I have to burn the midnight oil to finish my project before the deadline tomorrow. Means I have to work so late into the midnight to finish my project. And burn the midnight oil is an idiom, cultural idiom, and it's translated and reported into different languages so differently, variously. And the second one is humor and wordplay. Humor is the second important part of language society and is strongly shaped by nations. It's so natural when you watch any foreign humor or comic videos. Maybe the target audience bursts into smiling, but you can't. There can be no reaction on your face. It's so natural and it sounds natural because, as I mentioned before, humor is reflected and is defined just for culture, and it's a bit so private for the cultures. The second is cultural realities, and when we translate any kind of daily items, products like foods or historical monuments or something strange, we have to give its definition or sometimes explanation within brackets. Because locations, proper nouns are only defined for the society. And the last one is strategies for translating culturally specific elements and the impact of literature, media, and daily communication. When we speak about media, really media has been a part and parcel of our life and really influences us so deeply. I can say one example about it. Everybody knows Pepsi has own motto, "Come alive with Pepsi generation." And when the first time they stepped into China, it was reported and it was mistranslated into Chinese, and as if make your burials alive. So really it was so threatening for Chinese and impossible a Chinese to buy Pepsi. But when, within some years, when they live within society and understand the cultural nuances, they understand the mistranslating of the motto, and having corrected the motto, really China is one of the most Pepsi users in the world. And for daily communication and strategies, in order to translate any kind of article into foreign language or from the foreign language, we have to consider specific elements. One of them is omissions, and omissions is natural, sometimes culturally specific details that are irrelevant to the context, and that time omissions popped up. And the second one is cultural substitutions. For example, the Japanese have humble speaking levels, but English don't. And if we translate any cultural ornaments or patterns from any different language, like kimono in Japan, we have to write kimono in its original version, and within brackets we can explain its real meaning. And in conclusion, translation has been more important and crucial in our life, and in order to integrate within societies into the world, we have to consider all the traditions, social norms, and behaviors, everything about the society.